All right, everybody, it is May 6th. Welcome to my channel. I am Captain Crush. I'll be your host for the next 15 or so minutes. What I do is I go over PrizePicks, Underdog, Thrive Fantasy, all the websites that have fantasy sports, I cover it. My job, my goal is to turn you into a profitable fantasy sports guy slash girl. It is our hobby. We love it. I want you to be able to have success in it. That being said, yesterday was a great night. Those of you who tuned into this video, you had a ton of value. You went 6 for 6, 25x. I had plenty of screenshots, Twitter DMs to go around to last a lifetime. I appreciate you guys sending me the winners. Means a lot to me to let me know that I'm getting through. That being said, let's take a look at what we got today. We got two playoff games. New York Knicks, Miami Heat, -4.5 favoring the Heat, over under 209. Should be a defensive slow paced game as always. Next, Warriors Lakers, 3.5 favorites for the Lakers in the Lakers Stadium, 228 over under. Should be a decent game. Looks like it. Let's hope for it. I don't want to see any blowouts again. Again, there's only two games, so there's only so much we can do, but we continue to grind. Let's go over to Thrive Fantasy where I make my two-mans. What do I got cooked up for you today? Well, I got RJ Barrett under 28.5 points, rebounds, assists. That's the best value you can find, 52% chance to hit. Next, it's an MLB play from the old cap. Yandy Diaz, less than 0.5 runs. These are always volatile, but I'm going to take my math chance, 52% chance to go our way. Again, I do most of my two-mans over here on Thrive, 3.2x instead of just 3x. I will like that. Again, promo code CRUSH gets you the free square, which is going to be LeBron James tonight. Put on 25, you'll get 50 and that free square. Add it in here and you have a nice little three-man. On top of that, you get a free month of my Discord. Now we go over to PrizePicks where I check out all the fantasy scores and all the other goodness for you guys and girls. All right, so what do we got on the board here? We got the Julius Randle, Bam Adebayo, Jalen Brunson. We got the Miami Heat game, and they finally put up some of these. That's why I wanted to wait a little bit. They got some of these out, so let's break this down. First up, Julius Randle. The man, he's been dealing with injuries, folks. 37.5 fantasy score. I don't know about you, but for me, it's going to be in more today. I will take more and I will just throw away the key. Why? Why, Cap? Because I believe they need to win. Everyone wants to win playoff games. Julius Randle has been in a slump, but for them to win games, their best chance is for Randle to show up, and I believe he's going to show up today. He had a couple days to rest. Let's hope it goes our way. Bam Adebayo, fade the prop. I'm not even going to give analysis there. Jalen Brunson, the PrizePicks salesman. Let's see, 39 fantasy points. Let's go ahead and take a look at his fantasy point per minute right quick. Okay, Jalen Brunson over the last 5 games is 1.05 fantasy points per minute. It's not the greatest, but if you take 1.05 and multiply it times 35, you're going to get over 39. It's a nice little fantasy score we got here. I'm not sure. For me personally, I took the over. I think I got it at 38.5. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to check me on that. But right now, I will continue to take the over. These are my two favorite Knicks right here for fantasy score purposes. RJ Barrett, the disappearing man. I'm telling you all right now, look for it. 5 to 10 years. RJ Barrett, the disappearing man. He disappears in the second half like clockwork. He's a magician. Exactly. All right. So what will I do with RJ Barrett? I'm going to fade the prop today. If you want to take any prop from RJ Barrett, I would go to his points, but we'll talk about that later. Jimmy Buckets, 46.5 fantasy score. Check this out. Miss, hit, trending up. Peak and then trending down. That's why I wanted to show you this graph, because it was a nice little trending down, up, then down. I thought it was funny. All right. When was the last time we saw Jimmy Buckets at 46.5 fantasy score? That being the total he has to clear. I can't remember. It's been around 49, 50 or more, to be honest with you. So will I go here? Absolutely. Is he dealing with an injury? Absolutely. Most are. It's the end of the season. These guys are tired. They're worn down. They're beat up. They're chalk, but continue to grind. Jimmy Butler, 46.5 fantasy score. I don't need to sell you. He's the one that got them the gentleman's sweep versus the Bucks. He got Lodenhoser fired. All right. That man single-handedly ended his career. Think about that, okay? Let's move on. Josh Hart, 28 fantasy points. He doesn't have a good fantasy point per minute. In fact, off the top of my head, I think it's 0.87. Let's see if I'm right. Josh Hart, 0.84. I was 0.3 off. Okay, 0.84. Multiply it times 30. Not sure if he's gonna even play 30 minutes, but I'll use that as a floor, and he will get there. Normally, I'll break out the calculator, but we have a lot to cover, and I'm moving quick so I can get this out before the 240 game, because I still have to edit this video by myself because my editor disappeared. All right. right. So these are my favorite fantasy scores from that first game. Clear this out. Let's talk about the, real quick, Gabe Vincent. Butler's back in the mix. If you want to roll dice on Gabe Vincent at 24 fantasy score, I don't hate it. I believe I took his points, rebounds, or points assist, posted on my Twitter. I'm not sure what I did. Let's move on to the Lakers game. Curry, 46.5 fantasy score. What do I always say about Curry? What does the captain always say about Curry? He says this: if you want to take Curry's fantasy score, go for it. But I would rather just stick to his 3-point prop, his real point prop, because if his real points hit, odds are his fantasy score is going to hit too, and it's always going to be less than this. So if you want to go there, do what I just said and apply it to you. Klay Thompson, told you guys last video, he's due a 30-point game, and he literally put up right around a little over 30 or at 30. Can't remember. His fantasy score today, I'm just going to fade him. It's hard for shooters to go back-to-back crush like that. Can he do it? Absolutely. Am I going to fade the prop? Absolutely. LeBron James, 48. I've been telling y'all for the longest, keep taking the under on LeBron until we are forced off that train. That's my motto. I will keep doing something until I get forced off. But tonight's a different night. They go home. They just got embarrassed. Am I going to take the under on LeBron tonight? No, not on his fantasy score. I may take his under on his real points. I'm undecided, but I will either fade his prop on his fantasy score entirely or I will take more. But I'm not going to take under against LeBron tonight. Hear me loud and clear. Fade the prop or take more. I can't recommend taking under unless you really want to gamble. You can still stay on that train. It's correct. It's more than likely going to be the correct move to take the under mathematically. This is just a gut call for me, so I have no problem to fade the prop. Okay. AD, 6 real points last game. Where you at, AD? The disappearing man. You and RJ Barrett, you guys would have one heck of a show. Okay. You can go ahead back to the well. I will probably be going back here. I believe he's going to have a big game, 55.5 fantasy points. If they don't have a big game from AD, they don't win. It's realistically that simple. That's what it boils down to. Over on AD tonight, I'm there. D'Angelo Russell, he sold last game, but guess what? He was on pace. They didn't play 4 quarters. When you don't play 4 quarters, you sell. It's just how it goes. 29.5 fantasy points. Give me more on D Russ, and let's hope he gets. Side note, caveat, if you want to take his best prop, it's going to be over 5.5 assists. Trust me on that. But I like his fantasy score. Andrew Wiggins, how many times has he sold you? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times? He might do it again tonight. I'm fading the prop. Draymond Green, 32.5 fantasy points. Always in play if he can stay out of foul trouble. Jordan Poole, 23 fantasy points. I don't think I'm going to go there tonight. I believe I took one of his other props. Again, it's posted on Twitter. I think it was his turnovers or something. I'd have to look. Jared Vanderbilt, over 18 fantasy points. I didn't like this. I took his over 5.5 points, I think it was, or his 5.5 rebounds. Again, posted on Twitter. Dennis Schroeder, fade. Hachimura, I took his points, rebounds. The thing with Hachimura is he going to play 20 minutes tonight like he did last game? If he does, I like every prop more. But if he only plays 10 minutes like he's done plenty of times, playoff series, it's going to be under. I don't know what to expect. I'm just following the math, and I took the prop that mathematically the best chance we have, which was over 9.5 points and over on his points. Okay, one more prop to discuss. Austin Reeves, 26.5 fantasy score. He can always get there. For me personally, I'm just not going there tonight. Most of my props are not going to be on the fantasy side tonight. I posted a slip yesterday. Marcus Smart, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, Tatum, KD, and James Harden. The 3 hits so far, KD, Tatum, and Smart. Harden sold by like 3 or 4 fantasy points, and it has Brunson and Hart left. So I posted that yesterday for you guys. I'm hoping it hits so I can get my 2x. I'm always fine with a double up, and you should be too. If you're not fine with 2x on your money, delete PrizePicks, delete them all. Okay, let's go over to the real point section and see what we can find. All right, Jimmy Buckets, 27.5 real points. I like it. Julius Randle, 22.5 real points. I like it. Okay, here I want to show you guys something real quick. I gave you guys a peek behind the curtain last time I did my video yesterday, which is why so many of you were able to convert 6x slips because you had full information. This information will be available to my Discord members, which will be out next week, but I just wanted to show you guys what I do. I take the name, I write what their prop is, I write the Vegas line at the time and the percentage chance it has to hit at the time. Then I go over to my Fantasy Labs projection. I go in here, I look at it, and I compare it, and those are the ones I target right here. Julius Randle over 22.5 points. Fantasy Labs has him projected at 22.5 exactly, so I'm going to go ahead and take the over here. Look at these other websites, these betting sites, DraftKings, they all have it at 23.5. We're getting that 1 point discount on PrizePicks, so I'll absolutely go ahead and take it. His rebounds is 7.5 on FanDuel, but unfortunately, PrizePicks has it at 8. They're projecting it for 8.3, so technically it would still be a good prop to potentially push, but I am not going to go there myself. So I just wanted to show you guys that about Julius Randle and how I do my process again. I'm not going to go heavily on that because I don't want to take up the time. Believe me, that is my secret sauce, and I explained it in the last video. But let's move on. Jalen Brunson over 24.5 points. You could take that if you'd like. I'm personally not going to go there. Gabe Vincent showing 14. I believe they bumped him up. I think I got that at 13.5 earlier. Let's see. Okay, I talked about Curry. If you want to go here, more would be the play. LeBron James 26.5. Again, he's LeBron. He can obliterate any prop on the board at any time, but I would continue to take the under. But again, I'm not going under on LeBron today. I'm just fading the prop. AD over 25 points. It was 26.5 last game. I'm taking the over. I like it. Andrew Wiggins, he's been at 17.5 points for the longest. Now he's all the way down to 16.5. If you want to take the chance and go over, this would be the time. You're getting that discount. Clay, this is mathematically favored to go under. I believe I have it written down. Yes, Clay under 23 points, minus 130, 52% chance to go under. But buyer beware, he's Klay Thompson. Need I say more? All right, keep going. Russell's bumped to 16. He's usually at 15.5. Vanderbilt's all the way up to 6.5. He was at 6. Rui Hachimura, 9.5 real points. He's number 1 on my list. Minus 145, 54% chance to hit. Go ahead and take the over here. But buyer beware. We're getting it in good. We got pocket aces, 54% chance to hit. But guess what? Somebody can call us with 7 deuce offsuit and flop 7-7 deuce. And what's that correlation? Rui Hachimura could get 10 minutes tonight and absolutely do nothing. So buyer beware, be careful, know that it's a gamble, and move on. Okay, I covered the points. Let's go take a look at some rebounds real quick. All right, here we are under the rebounds. As you can see, Julius Randle over 8, should be 7.5. If you want to take the over here, you can. It's most likely a push line. I'm staying away from it personally. Kyle Lowry staying away. Mitch Rob, 9.5 rebounds. I already have this locked in a slip that's 1 of 6 so far, hoping that he gets there. I've had him for a while now. Curry over 5.5 rebounds. I believe I have that written down. Do I? Curry over 5.5, 53% chance to hit, minus 135. It is a good prop. Same thing with Andrew Wiggins. I believe it is. Where's he at? I know you're up here, Wiggins. Did I not write you down? Okay, I probably didn't write him down because I already took the over yesterday, but these two are good more candidates. Vanderbilt over 5.5. I know he's written because I remember doing that long name. Jared Vanderbilt over 5.5 rebounds, 53% chance to hit, minus 130. Okay, Jordan Poole. If you want to take an under on Jordan Poole, I know green, whatever. This would be the prop to take under 2.5 rebounds. It's scary, so I don't mind if you fade it. But mathematically, less is correct here. I'm not going to have much of it, but I will have some of it in my prop pool via Crush-onomics. Okay, let's go take a look at assists real quick where I wanted to discuss, I think, 2 props. D'Angelo Russell over 5.5 assists has been bummed. Look at this. I got it written down at 5.5. It was 53% chance at minus 135. Now it's all the way bumped up to 6, so now he needs 7. You can still go ahead and take the over there if you want. I'm not going to. I already got it locked in early. Curry was at 5.5. Now he's at 6. Again, another one of those things that I'm not interested in taking these bumps. LeBron James 5.5 assists. It's always in play. I'm not sure what's going to happen tonight. They haven't really needed to shut down LeBron. They're focusing on AD. So LeBron could just take shots. He could try to distribute. I think all around we're going to see a massive game from LeBron soon. I just don't know if it's going to be tonight. So that being said, let's move on. I will look at one more prop. Rebounds assist for Josh Hart. It's 11.5. I like the more here. And with that, we have covered everything that I wanted to cover on PrizePicks. Draymond Green, if you want to take the over on his 8.5 points. All right, so let's go over to Underdog where I made a slip here for you guys. 5 to win 50. I insured it. Nathan, I don't know how to say that name, fam. 5.5 strikeouts. I'm not even going to pretend. Eovaldi. 5.5 strikeouts higher. Jalen Brunson higher than 33.5 PRA. Gabe Vincent higher than 19.5 PRA. Rui Hachimura higher than 13.5 points rebound. And lastly, Julius Randle higher than 22.5 real points. This is my underdog slip tonight. If you use promo code CRUSH, you will get 100% deposit match bonus. But more importantly than all that, the biggest bonus of them all, you get the Discord that is releasing next week. You get a free month. Captain, I already signed up for Thrive and I already have that. Guess what? If you sign up for Thrive and you sign up for Underdog, make sure you take your screenshots, send them to me on Twitter DM or TikTok DM, whichever have you. And guess what? You get 2 months free. So you're free rolling because you get to use that money you deposit on these sites. So that is great value, and that is what I am doing here, providing you guys value. Okay, I want to go over one last thing. The one last thing I wanted to go over was Outlier Bet. Here we are. Check this out. Okay, I'm under the trends. This page, you load it up, it gives you the trends of the day. I read this every single day, whether I'm taking my morning bathroom break, walking the dog, you name it. This is what I digest. It's like the New York Times for the captain, except it's sport. Jimmy Butler has failed to exceed 27.5 points in 16 of his last 20 games against top scoring defense. That's scary, right? Yes, it very much is scary, but I still like his over, okay? Sometimes you can go against the grain. Jimmy Butler has failed to exceed 1.5 3-pointers. This stuff is good to know. You factor this stuff in. LeBron James has exceeded 5.5 assists 16 of his last 19 games at home. I already covered that. 5.5 over was a good prop. You can go over all these things, get it just like a newspaper, digest it, sink it into your dome, and understand, okay? Next, we can go over to the real prop section where we can get our Vegas line and our how many times it hit over the last 20. Julius Randle, the under 23.5 is being favored, but again, we're getting it at 22.5, okay? Bruce Brown over 10.5 points for Denver. That is a good prop. I don't believe PrizePicks has that out yet, all right? But as you can see, you can just keep going down here, find the props that are on PrizePicks, check it out. It's a very good tool. The link is in the description. It's also in my link tree, which is on my bio for TikTok and YouTube. You get 7 days free. After that, use code CPTN Crush and you get another 30 days. So you literally get 37 free days before you have to pay a dime. And guess what? You best pay that dime after because it's well worth it. All right, Outlier Bet. Now, guess what, everybody? You made it to the end of the video. Congratulations. Thoroughly been taught everything that I have to teach you for today. I hope you guys learned something. Remember, my Discord's coming out next week. I'll have it out. It'll be a promo video. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. We just cleared 4K subs, cashed that over easily. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even a sweat. I appreciate you guys. If you learned anything, like and subscribe. It helps the algorithm. It helps the gurus. Good luck, and as always, crush.